the squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. Yeah. Hey, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, yeah, hey, 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 hey. Same squad, same squad, same squad. Drop top, coupe, Dodge raindrops. Big back plays on FaceTime. Squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. Same squad, same squad, same squad. Drop top, coupe, Dodge raindrops. Big back plays on FaceTime. Squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. Same squad, same squad, same squad. Cross move quick like AI. Chain shine bright like daytime. Stack big bread like waist high. I don't do lanes. Little watch out like 2 chains. I done swerved in a new lane. Bang at the grit, do things. I came up, who I was down with. You change up, stay far from around me. I came up, who I was down with. You change up, stay far from around me. Same squad, same squad, same squad. Drop top, coupe, Dodge raindrops. Big back plays on FaceTime. Squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. Same squad, same squad, same squad. Drop top, coupe, Dodge raindrops. Big back plays on FaceTime. Squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. Yeah, no it ain't, no it. They ain't talking cash, so I did the race. NASCAR with the pace, feed you water on the chain. Get no love where I'm from. When I'm on the beat, I make it thumb. I need that bread like every crumb. Came up from nothing, made a sum. I came up, who I was down with. You change up, stay far from around me. I came up, who I was down with. You change up, stay far from around me. Same squad, same squad, same squad. Drop top, coupe, Dodge raindrops. Big back plays on FaceTime. Squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. Same squad, same squad, same squad. Drop top, coupe, Dodge raindrops. Big back plays on FaceTime. Squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. Ay, 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 ay.
What's that on that beat?
Addicted to ballin', I have to.
Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach, and you're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. Coming up, we've got a good one between the Buffalo Bills and the Denver Broncos. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
At the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fighting. New battle between the Buffalo Bills and the Denver Broncos. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, we look at this Bronco team, and I don't think from what we saw down on the field before the game there's any doubt they're ready to roll.
They pass the eye test, don't they? This team looks fired up and ready to play.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Bills, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet. And both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
The Broncos will kick. Here's Brandon McManus to start us, and we are off from Denver. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. First down throw for Bridgewater. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Trying to get it to Landry there.
Well, partner, that was not a good omen right there. The very first play from scrimmage, you just want to give yourself a nice, simple throw and hopefully get yourself into a rhythm. That is the last thing you're expecting. And now you put your defense in a tough spot right from the word go.
And Denver getting set to take the field. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A first down carry for Smith. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And they'll run it here. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Steps away to his left. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Now let's go!
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. Maybe the first big test of the season here on both sides. This is 3rd and goal. Here's Smith. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. And no move to take the offense on the field. They're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal. Now back to throw. And that is going to be incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Bills' goal line stand is going to get them the football back. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done.
Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
Hey, a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Open man is Switzer, complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. It'll be a gain of 6, and it's a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. Receivers, tight ends, because
up on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
All right, here we go.
Back to throw here. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Sheldon Rankins in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it'll be 4th down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. And this score will stay right where it is. So awfully close that time, but his kick's going to come up short by about the length of the football.
Yeah, Brandon, he got a little help from the mile-high air, but that one just didn't quite get there.
A first carry for Kenyon Drake. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Bridgewater now on 2nd down. Over the middle, it's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And Denver getting set to take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
All right, here we go.
On second down, here's Smith. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Bills have recovered.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Bridgewater now after the fumble recovery. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it indeed. Here come the flags.
Face mask. Defense.
They'll give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. And a look now at how the Broncos line up defensively.
After all he's been through, I want to talk about Eric Berry, and it was really tough for any NFL fan to see him go down the opener in New England last year. But one thing we know about him, he's resilient. This is a man who's beat cancer to come back and play at an all-pro level. And why? He can cover in the deep zones. He drops down in the box in the run game, and he can blitz the quarterback. You name it, Eric Berry can do it.
Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit.
And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. In for the score. And the Bills are in for 6.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. The defense just has to hate those guys.
This drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back up
there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Back to throw now on 1st down. Buying time to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play. Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 10 to start things out. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to fire one deep over, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown, and pick it off, just as we saw there.
Bridgewater now. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. On the give, this is Drake. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. The all-pro safety Eric Berry in on the stop.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. From the gun, Bridgewater. And he's got his man. That's Landry. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On play action, it's Bridgewater. They dump off underneath to Ajayi. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
From the red zone now, Bridgewater. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down in bounds.
And that's why defenders are often frustrated offensive guys. Actually made the catch. Looked good doing it.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag.
And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down. I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and they'll be unable to build here onto their 5-point lead. And his kick here is good. And that'll push the lead up to 8. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Sheldon Rankins in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Hurry up, here we go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. Sutton reeling it in on the left side. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
He'll look to throw. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Here we go now.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. Complete out right to Jake Butt. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
A handoff to Smith. In front, Denver score. A great play there. An 18-yard touchdown run. And now the Broncos are within a 2-point conversion of tying up the game. And on his way to the end zone, shedding the tackle, he would not be denied.
Just short.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Goes right side. And he's got it. So they went ahead and went for 2 to tie the game, and it works out. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. second down. It's Drake. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down. Two minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. Back to Denver right after this. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Nickel Roby-Coleman there defensively.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Throwing again, Bridgewater on 2nd and 10. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. He goes underneath the Drake. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Bridgewater on 1st down. And he's got his man on the out route. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
First down, Bridgewater. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 23 yards on the play.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Bridgewater again. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. And again, it's Bridgewater. And it's caught. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. His kick is good. And the Bills have taken the lead. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about.
Face mask. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Excellent field position after the face mask penalty. 1st and 10 out near midfield.
All right, here we go.
He'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, there's going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Stays on his feet, eluding, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Looking sideline, incomplete. The Bills on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. The Bills send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. He sets to fire deep. And got his man complete. The 20, 10, and he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
So instead of trailing into the lockers, they grab the lead with the clock reading all zeros before intermission.
I would love to go into the locker room with them because right now they're riding a nice wave, aren't they? They're feeling good about themselves. But I know the coach is going to be talking to about calming down, taking it easy. We've got a whole 2nd half, but use the way we finished the first one to start the 2nd.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. McManus's point after is good. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll get started out at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. And it's the Chiefs who are out in front at halftime. The Chiefs looking to get to 1-0, and they've got the lead in front of their home faithful. From there, we head east to Baltimore to check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Jacksonville Jaguars. The Ravens able to start the season off on the right foot as they get the win at home in their season opener. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world. See what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. And things didn't go so well as it was the visiting Raiders who come in and grab the victory. The Raiders start the campaign 1-0 with the road victory. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
They'll drop the throw, and Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to tackles.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Throwing for his lead. Now we'll look at Smith. Not sure exactly what happened, but he's still down. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
They're going to look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. It's their quarterback. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Broncos will extend their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Extra point from McManus is good, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Now McManus on to kick this one off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Fielded just inside the 20. Oh, able to avoid him. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. And Denver getting set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
They'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Sutton. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Back to throw here. He may try and run for this. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that 1st down now. I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, been working on it for a little bit. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And he slings one that's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
3rd quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Looking to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Now a play fake here on first down. Over the middle, complete. It's Sutton. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 11 more on that one and another first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Smith trying to run for it. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal?
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Stepping, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. It's their quarterback with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Broncos will add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Now McManus on to kick this one off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And here come the Bills. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
On first down, Drake. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Back to Drake. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Bridgewater. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Nickel Roby-Coleman. There he goes, left side.
You're looking there, the defensive back is maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I question his speed coming into the game, but what he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position himself to make that interception.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the one touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the third quarter. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. A great effort there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Now McManus on to kick this one off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. That'll go as a loss of 5. The false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15.
250.
Here's Bridgewater. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time. And it's 2nd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Bridgewater now on 2nd down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. The Bills on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 7. To throw, Bridgewater. Steps away to his left. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. A 1st down throw for Bridgewater. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
A 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. And he comes back with one complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Throwing, Bridgewater. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll throw again. Bridgewater. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
We've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. To the air again with Bridgewater. And now another one thrown incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
They'll run. It's Drake. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Kenyon Drake from 17 yards out. And the Bills cut into that lead. When you talk about a battle being won in the trenches, that touchdown right there, a lot of credit to the offensive linemen.
Yeah, when you watch them surge across the front, they really created great space for the runner to get in.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will shave one more off this lead. So that drive, 80 yards, 9 plays. And it was all finished off by the 17-yard touchdown run. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And the stats on the screen tell the story. A great start. This defense, they've made some good adjustments, so he's fallen off since.
Have to like what they did at the half, but you also have to like the fact that they hung in there. Despite the fact that a tough first half, he was locked in, right? And rocking and rolling. They came out and made their adjustments, got their confidence back. Now they're causing them all sorts of trouble. Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Here we go now.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Incomplete. The intended receiver there, Kenyon Drake. And now it's 2nd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
And he's taken down inside the 30. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on 1st. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. As his guys are in for 6. And the Bills get a bit closer.
Brandon, they just got the ball, and already they're in the end zone, and you're getting ready to talk about the PAT. That was fast.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will get them one closer. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw with this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
And takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
Set! 319! 319!
They'll go option on second down, right side. And he'll get this one up to about the 39. Here.
Run! 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 That's it, baby!
The Broncos on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Hurry up, here we go!
They'll try and run for it with Smith. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Now let's go!
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Sliding out of the pocket. Complete out right to Jake Butt. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 27. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Hey. All right, here we go. 3-19.
Back to throw. Buying time to his left. Sutton reeling it in on the left side. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the fourth.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
This fielded at the 2. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Bridgewater on first down. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That catch good for 5. It's third down. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
On 3rd and 1, here's Bridgewater. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a first down. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Bridgewater now from the 50. He goes underneath the Drake. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Bridgewater again. Staying on his feet. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 3rd and long now after the sack. And we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off near the 29. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Hurry up, here we go.
They begin with a run by Smith, and he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Now the Bills will take another timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
All right, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third. Despite the lead here in the fourth, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They go play action here on 1st down. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. He'll look to throw. Lets it flip and intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you think maybe you're just sitting on it trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Now a toss play. This is Mack. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It's just their first. They've got two more to use here in the final stages. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing.
All right, here we go. Blue 90.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Bills will hustle to the line. And now he stops it with a spike at 8 seconds. And unable to connect. It's incomplete. And the clock stopped at 8 seconds. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. One final shot now. I'm not even sure he can get it to the end zone, though, from this distance.
That's going to take as much arm as he has, and you actually have to plan for the contingency. Maybe you're playing a tip, try and get someone down who can tip it up and keep it for your own team and try and get to the end zone that way.
And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty, and with that, the ball game is over. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for Denver, it was a hard-fought game, and they'll exit 1-0 as they win by a touchdown. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Oakland Raiders. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they will be at home next week to take on...
Hey, what's up, gang? Let me go secure for the game right quick. Hey, what's up, gang? I got it. I think it's my fault. Hey, I got that check-in to go. I'm gone. A lot of these was lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No car. I want that car. I'm dripping. I'm stuck with the sauce. Good drip. But she love you. Don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the lights. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes. I went from filling out kites to putting it in my block. Blue Gucci sweater is drill. Somebody give me a. These ain't like the cops. Gossiping more than a. In jail I had. I make you cut off. Think that I'm they can't be my friends, so they wanna be out. If I see them hating and I'm in that spaceship, I'm dropping the top. Ain't like my beat ain't no happy belated, I'm counting the pop. Who gave you a voice? Who told you your thoughts count? GPS straight to the money. I put my big homie up the big Mickey Mouse. You posted up at 12 and 8 that night, she had my all over the mess. Can't sit on my house. I got that check-in to go. A lot of these was lost. They broke, they think it's my fault. No car. I want that car. I'm dripping, I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you, don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the lights. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes.
With me, boy. Your hands and your fingers. Your ears with a. Get back, watch you turn to a singer. Get to fighting like this Jerry Springer. All of my. Zit the back that like a popo. Don't do these, they popo. Had a G-Wagon truck turned to Rojo. Find a cable 2 wheels and they going wild down in Soho. One was black and the other was Mexican. Had a like a pollo. Younger than you with a Maybach. Younger than you with a Bentley. Finna got in the gently. Ain't being friends with these. Cause when I was down, I so had sympathy. But that's how I go when you broke. Now I'm like mistletoe. This do my own. Not gonna lost on these new clones. Then she asked for a loan. Had to laugh, then I told her get gone. Gon' get that me on. Ain't no give me not a thing. So I spend 90K on my range. You can see all my pain in my watch. Got my ex down and walking around with my hand on my.